the first thing that you're going to need now, guys, is you're going to need a flat bench or any kind of bench that has an incline to it. So, for example, I got this utility bench here that has an incline, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it at the highest incline possible for my height. So let's say that you want to measure it like this. You want to be able to straddle the bench to where you're almost standing up and you're sitting down on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll up my shorts here so you can see my massive legs right here, so you can see what I'm talking about. You want it so it's right here like this, and kind of put your hands out here and start standing up with it. Now you'll notice in the video you may not see it, but I'm probably only standing up about 3 or 4 inches like this. Come up like that and come back down. Come up and come back down. The goal is to start building strength and putting muscle back on, especially if you have the type of knee surgery that's pretty bad and you've been in the hospital for like several weeks. Your leg muscles will start shrinking and it'll atrophy and get smaller. So what you need to do is start putting pressure on it, and just enough so that it builds the strength back up. So you need to do this exercise at least twice a day, at least 3 times a week. So the best time to do it would be after you come out of the rehab, the physical therapy, where they're using the machine to put motion back in your legs and stretch out your ligaments and tendons. You would come home, right? Then you would stand here and do this about 20 times. And notice this, guys, I'm barely standing up. The key is that you're not trying to stand up and get a full range. You're just putting enough pressure on there to start putting pressure and stress on the knee so that it knows to start growing the tendons and ligaments back up, right? So you're gonna do this, right? And after that, when you get strong enough, then what you need to do is step forward, like maybe a baby step. And you can go as far as to take some tape and mark it on the floor so you'll know where it's at. And then now you'll notice that instead of standing up 3 or 4 inches, I'm standing up maybe about 5 to 6 inches now. And then as you get stronger, you're gonna come down even more, and notice the bend in my leg now. I'm gonna come up and come down even more now. And as you can see, my leg has a bigger angle, more flex in it now, right? And again, we're gonna do it for 20 reps again until you get strength back up. Now, there's something that's very important, guys. You wanna do this and do it consistently. You wanna train these, what I call bench squats. You wanna do them at least 3 times a week, and anywhere between 20 to 30 reps. You don't want to go too low reps. You want to do high enough reps to where it breaks up the scar tissue and pumps a lot of blood into the knee so you can start healing it up, all right? So now the next stage is to come down even further to where you're coming down here. Notice where I am almost flat with the bench, and I'm still going to do the 20 reps, okay? So after you do 20 reps of that, your knees will be good to go, right? And once you get to that point, the next thing you want to do is lower this bench so it's completely flat like this and come all the way down with it. So notice now my knee is bent almost at a 90-degree angle, right? So I'm coming up here and I'm doing a full squat now. Now from the time that you do it at a full incline to the time where you can do it at a flat bench like this, it should take you no more than 3 to 4 weeks. Remember that, guys. It may seem like it's crazy, but trust me, rehabbed lots of people's knees before, and I've had guys running within like 4 to 5 weeks after knee replacement surgery. I've had another guy from Colombia that I was training before, who was a soccer player, and he was already leg pressing 500 pounds within 3 months after a complete titanium knee replacement. So don't think it's impossible. It's very possible. It's just that the physical therapists, they're not used to developing strength in people. That's why they don't know how it's done. But once you get to this flat bench right here, you're on the home stretch right here. So make sure that you do this right here like 20 times, and that will really develop your knee strength, and it'll really break up the scar tissue. The next thing that you need to do after this step right here is to start adding progressive resistance to your knee so that it'll strengthen it even more. And the way you do that is by grabbing like a 5-pound plate right here, or you can grab 5-pound dumbbells. If you're at home and you don't have no plates and no dumbbells, you can get a gallon of milk or a gallon of water, or get a few textbooks and just hold it in your hand. You know, as long as it's 5 or 10 pounds, it's plenty. I would recommend you start with 5 pounds first and hold it on your chest like this, and come up still, like that. And do that again for about 20 to 30 reps. By the time you start adding weight on your knee, you do not want to do it 3 times a week anymore. And you want to cut it down to where you're doing it twice a week, and then that way it'll give your knee strength so that you can get stronger on it. Once you get, you should be able to spend about a week on the 5 pounds. After that, you should be able to go up to like 10 pounds. Or you can go up to 7.5 pounds, whatever increment is comfortable. You definitely don't want to jump too far. And again, you're gonna hold it against your chest like this and do like 20 reps with that again. And this again will help develop your knee strength. And then you can progressively go up until it's back to normal strength again. And this is a beautiful way to rehab your knee, the fastest that I've seen out of any rehab method. And not only that, but you can do all this at home without having to pay for a physical therapist or anything.